What's good? It's me, Ben's Listing, and I'm back again for my weekly rotations. Starting off the week right, we got an album from Kasi, Sending Love To. 10 songs total. I think he said about 4 to 5 of them are samples. Most notably, he hopped on Drake's Jumbotron beat and also a Pierre Bourne beat. Kasi over a Pierre Bourne beat is not something I knew I needed. Thinking about it at first, you may not think it would work, but his upbeat energy went perfect with Pierre's sound. 3 of my tracks were probably the 3 features on the tape. All 3 features were other local artists from Connecticut. Want More featuring A Cruz, Make Ends Meet featuring Shemi, and Know My Name featuring J 2 Times. Him and A Cruz killed it on Want More. A Cruz was on some Sue Surf type timing. He even switched it up and sang for a bar or two. Make Ends Meet with Shemi is one I've been waiting to drop for a while. The chorus has been stuck in my head for months. Know My Name featuring J 2 Times is another one I've been waiting to drop. They actually performed this one a few weeks back in an event, and this one is definitely a hit. Besides the features, one of the most standout tracks to me was actually Sticks and Stones. I just think these features are really a vibe. This whole album was just made for cruising around all day. I'm only going to list 4 songs, but just know this album is amazing. Go check it out if you haven't already. Next up for albums, we got Kill You by Tech Lintowe. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. He's an ex-Shed Theory member as of recently. It's funny, all week I was actually going through their solo discographies, and he's really one of the only ones that wasn't really sticking with me. Even after I had been given countless recommendations, I really wasn't feeling his sound. But honestly, I think this album is where that changes for me. After giving the whole thing a few listens, I'm still not too huge a fan on his style. Like a lot of stuff I listen to, I'll just say it's not for everyone. But there were countless times I was impressed, and some points I caught myself bumping my head. It's a vague sound, that's all I can really think of to explain it. But the production is amazing, and I enjoy some of the vocals as well. I still don't really like the whole thing, but that's fine because there's a few tracks that really stood out to me. Those were Shame, Go, Battlex, and MPIHWMISE. I think that's a LSES. I'm really not sure what this stands for or even what he's saying in the chorus because I'm sure that the chorus is definitely the title of the song. But honestly, that's my #1 track on the whole album. Battlex is a fire instrumental. All around, he did his thing and I'm excited to see where he goes from here. I'll definitely be keeping up with his releases from now on. The only other project I've had on repeat this week is Phases by FourZeke. A bit late to this one. I meant to throw it on last week's rotation, but has been on repeat since it dropped. I found him back in 2022 from his features on an EP titled Part of the Plan by fellow Atlanta artist BJ For Real, who ultimately I found from Quest For Real. Quest is someone I've been listening to since like 2019, so it was only a matter of time before I found Zeke's music. Besides the singles he had previously dropped, my 2 favorite songs were Low Skies and Shine On Me. The whole thing was pretty fire. He was on some more laid back shit with this one. He didn't need features, but if he were to have thrown one on here, I definitely would say Seddy Hendrix. He would have absolutely fit the vibe for this. Next up, we got Singles of the Week. Closer by duo RudeClub. There's someone I found recently who's kind of in a similar lane to Boys and Blush, who I mentioned in the last video. They're more in that 2000s, early 2010s, club electronic kind of vibe. My favorite songs by them so far are Come Down and Invisible, with Closer now being added to that list. If you're into this kind of music, I highly recommend checking them out. Drained to My Core by Funeral. I've covered Funeral before. I think I found them back around like 2021. I forget how, but I think it might have been from Anthony Fantano or another music reviewer on YouTube. It's crazy the evolution that their sound has went through since I've discovered them though. Eviscerated was the first project I heard by them. This single though blows a lot of their shit out of the water in my opinion. This one is on a more hyper pop kind of vibe, I'd say. I'm honestly not really sure. I fell off of his stuff for a while, but I'm definitely going to tap back in now. We got the song 6 for 6 by DollaBillKalil. This is his lead single for his mixtape that he got dropping hopefully by the end of the month. He's pretty cool, another artist I found somewhat recently. My first time hearing him was back in January on his project DollaBillion. Lastly, we got The Evils by Paco Panama, someone who's been in my rotation all year long, and that's no exaggeration. He's been one of the most consistent for a while now. He just got to keep doing what he's doing. He's from DC, so with the whole DMV going up, he'll be more accessible to the everyday average rap fan who wouldn't have found his music otherwise. I see he's been getting more and more love recently, but he definitely deserves some more spotlight. If you fuck with someone like RX Poppy or Los and Nutty, you'd probably like some of his stuff. Alright, that's all I got for this week. Let me know any recommendations you may have down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you again for next week's rotation. Peace.